press the button on the left side of the gear shifter, and the dashboard will display DS mode. Although the Nissan Sylphy Classic has a relatively basic configuration, it still has many practical features. Let me share them with you. Don't forget to follow and like first. 1. Dashboard brightness adjustment. If the dashboard is not bright enough, you can adjust its brightness using the switch on the left side. Press the plus button and the dashboard will become brighter. 2. Hidden wipers. If the wipers cannot be lifted up, turn the power on and quickly push the wiper switch upward twice in succession. The wipers will move to the upright service position. 3. Set one-touch window and anti-pinch function first. Lower the window completely, then raise it all the way up. After the window reaches the top, do not release the switch. Keep pulling the window switch for more than 5 seconds. This will successfully activate the one-touch up/down and anti-pinch functions for the driver's window. 4. Window lock function. After pressing this switch, only the driver's window can be operated. The other 3 windows cannot be raised or lowered. 5. Automatic door lock/unlock with the ignition on. Press and hold the central locking button. Wait until the turn signal indicator on the dashboard flashes twice. The automatic door locking function while driving will then be activated. Similarly, press and hold the unlock button until the indicator flashes twice. The automatic unlocking function when parking will be activated. 6. Traction control, anti-skid, switch. This button controls the anti-skid system. Remember not to turn it off when driving in rain or snow. 7. Headlight height adjustment. Position 0 provides the highest beam angle and the longest lighting distance. Position 3 provides the lowest beam angle and the shortest lighting distance. 8. Auto start-stop disable switch. Press this button to turn off the automatic start-stop function. When the indicator light is on, the feature is disabled. However, after turning off and restarting the vehicle, the auto start-stop function will be enabled by default again. 9. ECO fuel saving mode. In heavy city traffic, you can enable eco mode to save fuel. However, acceleration will become noticeably slower. It is generally not recommended to use eco mode when driving at higher speeds. 10. DS mode, overtaking mode. Press the button on the left side of the gear shifter, and the dashboard will display DS mode. DS mode is essentially an overtaking or sport driving mode that can be used when extra acceleration is needed, such as during overtaking. A problem that has bothered many everyday car owners has finally been solved. The automatic start-stop function cannot be permanently turned off. Every time you start the vehicle, the system is enabled by potentially causing significant financial loss. According to the video, you can solve this by installing a dedicated auto start-stop deactivation module, which allows the system to remain off by default. Installation steps. Use a trim removal tool to remove the panel on the left side of the dashboard. Pry open the top part first, then the bottom part, and remove the panel. Remove the lower panel as well. Insert both hands into the gaps on both sides. Pull outward with your right hand while pulling with your left hand at the same time to create a larger opening. Locate the connector corresponding to the start-stop switch. It is the gray connector. Press the side clip and unplug the connector. Connect the start-stop deactivation module using the plug-and-play connectors. Connect one gray end to the vehicle's original connector. Connect the other gray end to the start-stop switch. Reinstall all the trim panels. Result: before installation, every time the vehicle starts, the auto start-stop function is enabled by default. After installation, every time the vehicle starts, the auto start-stop function is automatically disabled by default. After installation, every time the vehicle starts, the auto start-stop function is automatically disabled by default. The dashboard will also indicate that the feature is off. If you want to use the function again, you can still turn it on with a single button press at any time. The presenter concludes that this provides exactly what many drivers want: one-click permanent deactivation with the option to re-enable it whenever needed. Have been looking for. I told you to install a spring on your car, but you didn't want to. You thought it was too expensive, even though it only costs a few dollars. So when you need to put things in or take things out of the trunk, you have to do this: open the trunk. Did it open? Yes, but it only opens a small gap. First, you have to put your items down, then manually lift the trunk lid, and only then can you place your things inside. It's inconvenient and can even get your hands dirty, right? Now, some people worry that installing a spring might damage the car. Let's take a look. This section of the spring has a triangular curved design. It is attached to the trunk lid hinge, helping prevent scratches to the paint. The other end simply hooks into the reserved hole located at the top of the trunk. That's it. Do the same on the other side, hook it into the reserved hole above the trunk. After installing springs on both sides, let's test it. Close the trunk lid and use the key to open the trunk again. See that? Now the trunk lid automatically lifts all the way up with a single button press. This makes loading and unloading items much more convenient. The presenter. You have hands, right? Then replacing these filters yourself is very simple. Engine air filter replacement. Pull the cover, release the clips, and remove it. Take out the engine air filter. If it is dirty, replace it. The engine air filter should be replaced approximately every 8,000 to 10,000 kilometers. If it is not replaced, the engine's performance may decrease and fuel consumption may increase. Install the new filter, put the cover back on, and fasten the clips. Cabin, AC. Filter replacement. Open the front passenger glove box. Remove the screws and take off the side trim panel. Pull the glove box down and set it aside. Press the cover inside and remove it. Take out the cabin air filter. The cabin air filter should be replaced about every 5,000 kilometers. If it is not replaced, the air conditioner may cool less effectively and unpleasant odors may develop inside the vehicle. Install a new activated carbon filter, which provides better filtration. Insert it with the airflow arrow facing downward and push it into place. Reinstall the cover, return the glove box to its original position, and secure everything. These filters are specially designed for Nissan vehicles. The product link is shown in the lower left corner of the video. Replacing the filters yourself saves both time and money. Nissan Sylphy Classic LED Headlight Replacement Method. Replacing the LED headlights is actually very simple. After replacing them with LEDs, the brightness increases several times. The low beam on the Nissan Sylphy Classic uses an H9 bulb. The high beam uses an H11 bulb. To remove the original halogen bulb, rotate it counterclockwise about 1/4 turn, and it will come out. The high beam bulb is removed the same way. For the LED upgrade, both the high and low beams can be replaced with H11 LED bulbs. The LED bulb has 3 locking tabs. Align them with the slots in the headlight housing and rotate the bulb clockwise about 1/4 turn to lock it into place. Repeat the same process for the high beam position. Results: low beam, bright and focused light. No excessive light scatter. Much higher brightness than the original bulbs. According to the presenter, it does not affect vehicle inspections. High beam also produces focused light without excessive scatter. Very high brightness. The presenter also states that these LED bulbs are designed specifically for Nissan models and can be installed in vehicles such as Nissan Sylphy Classic, Nissan X-Trail, Nissan Qashqai, Nissan Tina, Nissan Tiida. The video mainly promotes the LED bulb upgrade as an easy way to achieve significantly brighter headlights on lower trim Nissan models. When you remove the left front wheel and turn the steering wheel fully to the left, you can see many important components of your vehicle. For example, you can directly check the thickness of the brake pads. If you hear a strange noise while reversing with the steering turned fully, you can gently pry the brake dust shield with a screwdriver to create enough clearance between it and the brake disc. This may eliminate the sharp squealing noise. You can also turn the steering wheel back and forth to check whether the tie rod end, ball joint, has looseness, abnormal noises, or excessive wear. Check whether the control arm, wishbone, has play, looseness, or wear by observing its movement while turning the steering wheel. In addition, you can inspect the shock absorber, strut, to make sure there are no signs of oil leakage. If a problem is found during the warranty period, it can be repaired before the warranty expires. You can also visually inspect the brake hose, the brake caliper, wheel cylinder, to ensure there are no fluid leaks that could affect driving safety. Another check is to run your hand around the brake disc and examine the wear on the upper, lower, and outer surfaces. If you notice uneven wear between the top and bottom of the disc, deep grooves or scoring, you should remove the brake pads and inspect them for debris or excessive wear. If the brake disc surface becomes uneven or develops high and low spots, it can cause brake vibration or shaking during braking. In that case, the brake disc may need to be resurfaced or replaced, and new brake pads should be installed. That's all for today's tip. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment.